Yeah, you need a timeout after that. Let's bring this one back. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, in this game, we got the Nets versus the Sixers. And the most unique, the Nets have the one of the only teams that actually ran this lineup. As we look at it, they have two lockdowns at the 2 and the 3 spot. So we got Dante as a lockdown. We got Faiz as a lockdown. We got the solo ball handler in chalk. I'm putting blue because he was cold all fourth quarter. And then we got the power forward and Slay, then center and shots. All right, so we got the two bigs right here and Slay and shots. And then Faiz and Dante is their two lockdowns, and then their solo point guard and Chalk. You got to applaud Chalk for having such confidence to go out there and and be the only ball handler out there. That's ultimately what lost in the game because he came cold and then he just couldn't operate. That's where you had to have a guy like Faiz actually just trust him with the ball and try to get like an easy lob for chalk or something. Just something off ball, but that didn't happen. That didn't go well. But anyway, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the sick. We're talking about their defense right now, not their offense. So what happens in this is we know the rotation usually comes from the big on any rolls. The rotation comes from the bigs on any rolls. But we know it's also a cardinal sin in basketball to help one pass away. This right here, one pass away. This right here, one pass away. This right here, one of the longer passes to the corner. These are all still one. These right here from Cali Rack is technically one pass away. Still like two because it's the distance, but it's still one pass away. The corner obviously is one pass away, as we see. So what happens right here is you do not want to help one pass away. So this, we're gonna erase all of this. But we can't help one pass away. So technically, the help has to come from poor little chalk over here, right? So he's on an actual point guard. So the thing about it, we knew the help wasn't gonna come from him. And from like the play, once you watch the play, you could see shots already started to slide over. Shots had already started to slide over, which already drew the attention that he was gonna help regardless. So the natural rotations though right here on pick and rolls is this guy on the weak side is usually the tag. Right here, you have your lock. Dante is actually supposed to X out these rotations right here. So once he goes, Dante's supposed to come right here in the middle. He's supposed to take the first pass, or whatever pass it goes to, he goes to. Most likely, it'll go to the corner. So he's actually dropping to the corner. So once that happens, once Chalk slides over, Dante actually drops. Faiz was beat. So once Faiz gets beat, instead of actually pursuing at this point with how beat he was, having to send Dre to the far right, or just where you want to send somebody so the passes can actually be longer. So even though this Cali Rag pass is one pass away, it's still a far pass since we got to push it over. So he would actually veer back, and his actual rotation is to pick up Cali Rag. And people are probably looking at me crazy, but this is just how regular actual basketball is played. And this point right here, Slay would actually just stay on Dre, which is still kind of a mismatch. And then Shots, who gave up the three, he would stay home, so that three would never be gave up. So that the thing that we would have been giving up would have been this right here, Walnut running to the basket for two. So as we go ahead and move this play up just a tad bit, oh, there we go. I didn't even know I could erase all at once. Watch this play unfold a little. Look, boom. You got him far right. You got him far right. Look, all these passes become long passes except for all the passes become long passes except for this pass to the corner. And we know from the propensity of a big man that they want to help in the paint. Guess what? He has absolutely no help. Look, this would have been his help. This triangle. This is what they usually run: triangle to help, and he'll actually bump down if Faiz keeps going toward that. But guess what? Slay is already facing this way. He can't turn around and get to this pass. So this pass is wide open. So this is why you never help one pass away. So for me, right? This is literally how the Nets need to come into their next game if they're going to continue with this lineup, right? They have to play a 3-2 defense. And this is literally technically how Pro Am is played right now with these dual power forward things, these metric power forwards, aka these soft forwards. Um, where you can actually, it doesn't matter what side the ball handler is on, because they could keep creating that mismatch by having shots on the same side. But if you actually take Slay and switch him with Chalk. So now Slay is in the corner. So guess what? The corner help is actually a big run into Chalk. So he actually has a chance to affect that shot. And guess where Ludwig Chalk is going to be. Chalk is actually going to be up here already. So he would have been up here. So his rotation would have been to drop down. And guess who would have been in the pick and roll? It would have been Lock in the pick and roll, trying to make hell of Dre all game. These two wasting energy. Because Dante over here guarding Cali, the most he's doing is running back and forth for raps just in case for a switch. But if y'all both in there attacking Dre all game, it may give up a few slips. So y'all got to work that rotations out with each other. But it's better. It's way better than shots dropping with no help. With no help. It's better than shots dropping with no help on this corner. So absolutely better than no help from that corner. So that's what I think the Brooklyn Nets actually have to do going into the next game if they plan on keeping this lineup, is actually going ahead and running a 3-2 and not give up these threes.